This is the Average to Savage podcast with Paul Guarino. Everyone and anyone, athletes, celebs, and much more.
What's up, everybody? I'm back with another episode of the Average Savage podcast. Our special guest today is DJ Yossi. DJ, what's up?
I'm good, and yourself?
Good. Let's just jump right into it. Could you give us a little background about yourself?
Well, listen, I'm from Montreal, raised in Montreal. Started DJing when I was 13, went to school over here, started doing my first event by myself, solo, when I was 15, started the clubs when I was 19, started traveling when I was 22. Pretty much, man. I've done numerous events from Grammy parties, Oscar parties, traveling with a comedian out here. I don't know what to tell you, man. I've just been doing my thing.
Yeah, for sure. And what was it like just growing up in Canada?
It was great. I mean, I don't know how it was to grow up in the States, so I can't compare really. But I mean, growing up in Canada was great. I love traveling, though. Yeah. When I DJ, I love traveling. I'm always in LA. I'm in LA a lot of times of the year because I try to DJ over there a lot. But no, I mean, Montreal has been great. Can't complain.
For sure. And how'd you get into DJing? Like, how'd you first get into it?
So, my brother-in-law, he was already doing this for private and corporate events, and he was married to my sister. So my sister called me up one day, asking me if I wanted to go and just help him out with the gear. Just left out the gear when I was like 13 years old. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know anything about DJing at that point. I guess I wanted kind of a job to make myself a little bit busy. Mm-hmm. And that's how I got to know it. And 6 months within working with him, I asked him if I could buy some gear from him just to practice at home. I did, and that's how I got into it. And I just went to every event that he was doing and just sat there and looking what he was doing in terms of DJing, mixing songs, the music selection, how you read files, and that's how I got into it.
Gotcha. Now, what's your method to picking the songs before, like, an event?
I mean, look, I do my research in terms of music beforehand, yes. Yeah. In terms of, like, what's new today. I always try to keep myself updated with music. But per event, it really depends on the events I'm DJing. Yeah. Not every event is, like, it could be DJing a club, like I could be DJing a corporate event or a wedding or whatever it is. So, I mean, music is always different for these kinds of events. I'm not going to start playing hardcore hip-hop in a corporate event that's average age is around 30 to 50, that's for sure. So I'm going to have to make sure that I know my crowd and I know my music for that kind of crowd. And I play it per ear, and I play for what I have in front of me.
Yeah, for sure. And how did you pick your name, DJ Yossi?
Actually, one of my mentors that gave me that name when I was 15. Because my real name is actually Yossi, Yossi. Okay. And he would always call me Yossi. So I guess it stuck to me at that point, and then that's how I started with that name.
Definitely makes sense.
Yeah. And
what's it like just traveling and touring?
I love it. I mean, sometimes it does get tiring when it's really back to back on the plane, especially on the planes. Waking up early, going back, after a gig, waking up early, going to the airport, traveling, going back somewhere else. It gets tiring at one point, but if you space it up properly, I love it. I love meeting new people. I love seeing new places. I'm the kind of person I love socializing and traveling. It's always like a breath of fresh air. It makes you leave your city to appreciate your city even more. And you learn more. You kind of see how crowds react to different things. Mm-hmm. You meet other DJs, which is great too, because you're always expanding your circle of DJs. And I love traveling overall.
Yeah, for sure.
And I get paid for it.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Yeah.
And then I think you're in a unique position where you're from Canada. So I was watching some older interviews, and so you have to mix it up with like some French music too, right?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, because I'm from Montreal, I know the local culture over here a little bit more than somebody that's not from here, obviously. So I think any DJ that's from any city knows a little bit more of the culture from that city. Yeah. So when I'm here, I'll tend to mix up French music with my sets. But if I'm like in New York, I won't do that because it just won't work. But I think knowing the cultures a little bit more and knowing what works for them a little bit more, like specifically in terms of like some style of music, helps a DJ create more of a vibe in front of a crowd.
Yeah, for sure. And what do you think is the biggest difference between DJing in like the U.S. versus Canada?
I don't know if there's a difference per se. All I know is that every city has its own culture. Yeah. But let's be honest, in terms of like social media and music, in terms of like Spotify, YouTube, DJ playlists that are online, at the end of the day, everybody has the same kind of music. But it doesn't mean every city appreciates the same kind of music. Yeah. Let's say Montreal is a big house music city also. They love their house music in some places, but they also love their hip hop. You know, like in some places, house music is more predominant than hip hop, and they'd rather hear house than hip hop. You know, you go somewhere else in some cities, maybe it's not the case. Maybe people want to hear more hip hop than they want to hear house music. So it just depends, really. You have to be kind of aware, like, especially as a DJ, when you're getting booked at a venue. For sure, the promoter or the DJ or the owner knows what kind of music you're playing, so they expect that kind of music being played at their venue. But you have to also kind of realize what the venue is all about and who plays there already and what DJs are local over there, so you kind of know what kind of music that they want to hear.
Yeah, definitely. And I saw you work with Sugar Sammy, so what's that experience been like?
It's been great, man. Sugar Sammy's is a comedian that's been blowing up in the Canadian market for the past 5-6 years now. And he's been doing it for a long time. And he's been traveling all around the world, but he just decided to focus more in Canada right now. Good. And since he's done that, he's been blowing up like big time. And he's also now focusing in France at the same time, and he's just blowing up over there as well. He's been doing a reality TV show over there. It's been going crazy for him. So, I mean, I've been touring with him for 6 years now and just opening up the shows, and it's just been a great experience.
Yeah, it's awesome. And you have any future projects or any goals for 2019?
Just keep grinding, growing, hustling. I mean, I'm a DJ, yes, but I own different projects as well. I mean, I'm a restaurateur. I have around 9 restaurants around Montreal. I have an event company as well. I'm always trying to be like more of an entrepreneur as well, to try to grow, to try to have more businesses instead of just DJing. Because I love DJing, but like I said it many times before, it's not something that's going to last forever. So you always have to find some kind of avenue or another avenue that brings you income so you don't have to be there all the time.
Yeah, definitely. You said you own some restaurants?
Yeah.
Oh, what kind of restaurants are they?
So we have like 3 Mexican restaurants, 2 Japanese restaurants, a cocktail bar, 1 Cuban restaurant, 2 poke places. Yeah, so I'm associated with 3 other guys, and we're partners, and they run the places, and I just had the chance to invest in a lot of these places, and that's how it happened.
Gotcha, that's a wide variety of food right there.
And yeah, it's good. I can't complain.
And you ready for some fun questions?
Go ahead.
Who are like a couple people that you really want to work with, like artist-wise?
I mean, I've been lucky enough to DJ with some of my idols, like DJ Jazzy Jeff, DJ Premier, DJ AM back in the day when he was still alive. Today, artist-wise, like I think artists, like in terms of like singers. Yeah. If I had to go on tour with somebody, that'd be a good question, because I do like a lot of artists today, but if it was a thing back in the day, and if Michael Jackson had a DJ, I think that would have been like ultimate gold. Yeah. Guys like Stevie Wonder, let's say, who's still alive, and if he's still on tour, I imagine that it could be like something very interesting. Today, obviously, I mean, Drake is also a big thing. That could be cool. Guys like, I don't know. It's hard to say because it's just there's so many artists out there that just keep on coming out and keep on coming out and keep on coming out. There's always like new artists like every month or every year that come out. And you're like, shit, I'd love to do something with them. I'd love to do something with them. So I don't have anybody specific anymore, but I think I would just like to collaborate with a lot of people. That's what I would do.
Yeah, for sure. And what's on your personal playlist?
I mean, I love old school hip hop. I still love old school hip hop, but I mean, I'm still into the new stuff as well. So, like I just said recently, there's always new stuff coming out, and it's crazy how there's so much new music coming out. So, it could be from K-Tronada, it could be from Future, it could be from Ade, it could be from. There's so much music that I just like and like to listen to, like to groove to. That there's just so much. Like I'm always on iTunes listening to new stuff coming out. Mm-hmm. I'm always on the DJ City or the Headliner Music Club or the DJ like internet playlist that you just hear all the time, or even house music. I love Beatport. I love listening to new house stuff as well. There's just a combination of a lot of things. I just love to listen to new house music, like the house music, and just new stuff in general.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's crazy how sometimes songs come out and they blow up, but then you check and they were released like maybe 6 months ago or a year ago, or maybe even 2 years ago. Yeah. It's crazy.
Look at Check West. I'm on Bamba. I mean, that song, like, and it only blew up in late 2018. Yeah, so just to say, like, there's a lot of songs that just take time to blow up. But again, it's just because there's so much going on. There's so much going on out there. There's like so much music coming out that you just don't know what to put your head into.
Yeah, definitely. And last one, what do you like to do in your free time?
I like to. I mean, I'm a big dog activist. So helping out dogs, trying to rescue dogs, trying to fundraise money to help rescues to help dogs. That's one of my big things. I love to practice, though. I like to practice on my turntables, like my turntablism. Always trying to perfect my craft because at the end of the day, you're never good. You always have to practice and practice and practice to make yourself even better and better and better. That's what I like to do. And like I said, I always love listening to new stuff, going to work out, just taking care of myself, basically.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate you coming on. And can you tell the listeners where they can find you on social media?
My handle is at DJYOC on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, wherever you guys want to go. It's a DJYOE or DJ YO-YO-C.
Gotcha. Appreciate you coming on.
No, man. Thank you so much for having me.